That man is awesome. Hi guys, welcome to Nerdbytes, and this is going to be my spoiler review for episode 9 of season 6 of Game of Thrones. Before we begin, of course, there will be spoilers throughout this video, so make sure you go and check out the episode before checking out my review. You have been warned. We only get 2 arcs this week, but fuck me, both of them were brilliant. Most of it was focused on Jon and the Battle of the Bastards, but we still had a little bit of storyline with Dany and Tyrion and everybody else, and I'm going to get into that a little bit first. Dragons are out. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh, they kind of go to this kind of negotiation type thing with the Masters, and then Drogon comes down, and then off she flies with Drogon, and then the other 2 dragons get out as well. They finally get free, and they start laying siege to all the ships and everything, while Tyrion and Grey Worm and the guys are all kind of talking to the Masters and negotiating with them, saying you're going to get, you're going to surrender and all this kind of stuff, and this is what's going to happen. And it's so awesome to see the dragons finally flying all together and just absolutely destroying everything. It looks like she's got full control of them now, which is kind of convenient really, if I'm completely honest, but it was still awesome to see all these people just like being obliterated by the fire. The Dothraki horde, they arrive as well, start killing the Sons of the Harpy, just knocking off heads and everything, massive fight going on as well, brilliant. Part of the negotiations, they say we're going to kill one of you, because obviously to show the fear and all this kind of stuff, it's a statement type thing. And straight away, 2 of them go against the other guy, go, no, kill him, he's nobody, blah, blah, blah. And as he gets down his knees, you've got Grey Worm looking down at him, at the last minute he gets his blade out and kills the other 2 instead. Just literally one stroke, straight down, awesome. And to finish off on Dany's storyline, the Greyjoys make it. Theon and Yara, they make it there, they have the kind of talk with Daenerys and Tyrion, and there's a little bond there with Yara and with Dany as well, just the kind of, we both got shit fathers, and we both got to do the common cause thing, and just, we just want the Iron Land back, we'll back your claim, and we'll work together, and they shake hands, and that's it, they've made a deal, and it's good, because I wasn't too sure whether she was going to be interested in these guys, but they've got that kind of bond, and they've got respect by the looks of it, so I can't wait to see how that goes. Right, now on with Jon, and this entire story, this was just, wow. I mean, everything about it was absolutely incredible. You've got Jon and Ramsay and a few of their men. Obviously, they stand on horseback. They're just talking and negotiating. And Jon does the honourable thing, saying, "We don't have to have this mass battle. Just you and me fight." And obviously, Ramsay's a complete coward. He goes, "No, because I know you're good and you'll definitely win." He gets that kind of thing where they get the direwolf's head out and everything to prove that they've got Rickon, and negotiations don't really work. Sansa says you are going to die, Ramsay, and they just part ways, and that's it, the fight is going to happen. That leads on to later in the evening. You've got Jon and Sansa arguing, because she says, I know Ramsay, I don't know how to fight battles, but I know his ways, the way he thinks, you need to listen to me. And Jon just argues with her, he just doesn't know what to do except fight, there is no other option. Another thing I think is going to play into next week as well, Davos finds a pyre where Shireen was burned to death, and finds the little stag, wooden toy that he gave her. And straight away he realises what's happened, and oh god, I can't wait for him to let loose on the Red Woman. I can't wait for that, because you can see that he was angry. Finally we get to the battle, and what a way to kick it off. You've got both forces ready to go, and then Ramsay comes out on horseback pulling a bit of rope, and there's Rickon tied up. He gets off his horse, he stands there, and he looks like he's going to kill him, and then he cuts his rope loose. And then he basically says, I'm going to play a game with you. Run to your brother, and the quicker you get there, quicker you'll see him again. And then straight away Rickon's a little bit like, what? And then he gets his arrows out, and it's just like, oh god, we know what's going to happen. We know it's going to happen, but it's just like, god, what it does so well here is shows that Ramsay's such an arsehole. We need to see that extra little bit of dickery, to be perfectly honest. I don't even know if it's a word. But we need that kind of little bit just before the battle, so we know that when it comes to the end of it and Ramsay gets his ass kicked, that we're rooting so bad for him to die. So Rickon's running, and then Jon sees what's going on. He gets on his horse and he's running after him, hand out, ready to grab him. And basically Ramsay's just toying with, firing arrows, not even looking, and at the last minute he fires an arrow straight through Rickon, right at the last second where he drops straight in front of Jon. That's it, he's dead. And then Jon, you can just see the anger in his eyes, and that's it. He charges, he does exactly what we didn't want him to do, charges after Ramsay, then he sends his forces off, and fires all the arrows. Jon's horse gets knocked down, and that's it. He gets his sword out, and all these horses, and it was a beautifully put together moment. You just think, that's it, he's fucked. It's like he's gonna die right now, and all these horses come to he just gets his sword out and goes, this is it, it's gonna happen. Then the last second his horse just fire forward, and that's it, the battle just begins. It's just all over the place and it's brilliantly done. You can really tell the budget's gone behind in this episode. Just everything about it, they made it gritty and dark. You can see all these horses being ripped apart, heads being ripped off, stabs, everything, just all this carnage of war, and they displayed it so beautifully well. And honestly, the angles they've got when you've got Jon on the ground and just showing the grittiness of it, and he's getting muddy and dirty and filthy, and everyone just like these bodies just piling up through this battle. I've never seen someone make the battle, the war so dark and gritty and real. There's always that kind of Hollywood expectation when you see these fights, like you see in Lord of the Rings. You never see the piled up bodies and that kind of stuff. But with this, they really made it so realistic. It's absolutely brilliant. Eventually they get surrounded as well. They've got half like a load of dead bodies and the other half is all the shield wall from the Boltons, and they start closing in on them with the pikes and everything. Tormund gets injured as well. You've got the giant just constantly getting barraged and he's trying to get out and it's not happening. And at one point you've got him pushing back so far they decide to start going over the dead bodies over the other side, yet they're being pushed back down and bit by bit they've been trampled. And then Jon starts to lose his breath. He starts being pushed under and just like you can see him slowly like losing his breath and he can't get any clean air, so he's starting to die basically. And then just like a Lord of the Rings scene where Gandalf and Éomer fire down on Helm's Deep, the Robert Arryn, Littlefinger, Sansa, that entire Arryn army just come out of nowhere and just come down and obliterate everyone. Jon manages to get himself free and get himself to the top of the pile of dead people, and then obviously Ramsay realises his game is up. He's got a couple of extra people with him. Him and Jon lock eyes and he retreats back to Winterfell, and then there's a brilliant scene. You've got Jon, Tormund and the giant, just that scene of them looking up and going, right, this is it. And the three of them just run straight at Winterfell, and obviously you'll have the army following suit, and it's an epic moment to what it gets to next. Ramsay gets inside Winterfell, but it doesn't hold him for long. The giant just smashes open the door, and just he's covered in arrows and spears, and that's the last gasp he has, down to his knees. He's done. He's not dead yet. But then you've got a few extra people come in, Jon and Tormund and a few extra people. You've got arrows pointing everywhere, and at the last minute Ramsay fires an arrow straight into the giant's head, and that's him dead, and that's the final switch. Jon is pissed off. Then Ramsay reconsiders his one-on-one and he started firing arrows at Jon. Jon drops his sword, doesn't need his sword, and this is where he's so clever as well. Picks up the shield. He literally, every time the arrow is fired, he's knocking the shield and then defending himself, right into the point where he gets right up at Ramsay, knocks him to the ground and beats the fucking shit into him. Every single punch I was enjoying. He was getting himself absolutely destroyed by Jon. And the last minute he's about to go in for the final hit, and you see he clocks Sansa and he kind of goes, oh, I'm done, that's it. He gets up and that's kind of it. And I like that because it shows the mortality of Jon, the honourableness of Jon. Is like, I want to kill him so bad because of what he's done, but it's not my kill. This is Sansa's kill. You know what I mean? It's down to her that he's put up with far worse than I have. I don't know him well enough, so he gives up and he gets him taken away. Quick scene as well, which I absolutely loved, was with all the Bolton flags falling to the ground, and then finally a Stark flag is put back at Winterfell. That was a brilliant moment. It really put at the heartstrings. It was like, yes, Winterfell is occupied by the Starks again, and it was brilliant. Finally, we've got Ramsay tied up on a chair inside the dog kennel. All the kennels are open, and Sansa's at the gate, and he's still confident. He's still confident that he's going to get out of it because he always managed to weasel his way out of it. Sansa's standing there, not really mocking him, but she knows that his number's up. And basically the dogs start coming out and sniffing him. She goes, the dogs aren't going to betray me. They're loyal beasts. And she goes, you haven't fed them in 7 days. You said it yourself. And it's then you just see the slight bit of fear in his eyes. Shit, I could die right now. And that's it. He has nothing left. The dogs start sniffing him, and he tries to get him to get down. Nothing. The dog's charging on him, ripping his jaw off, screaming. Oh, you don't see all the blood. You just see him like twitching. And then you've got Sansa walking away while he's being absolutely mauled by the dogs. What a way for Ramsay to die. Perfect way for a villain to go, because he's such an arsehole, and the dogs are quite a cornerstone of his character, and having them be the ones to kill him is brilliant, while Sansa walks away with that sly smile on her. Oh my god, it was a hell of a scene, hell of a moment, and what a way for that character to go. Brilliant. It's not often on Game of Thrones we get exactly what we want, but god, we got what we wanted at the end of that episode. Overall, the episode was absolutely incredible. The budget was so behind this, and it Everything about it was choreographed well, it was filmed beautifully, the graphics were awesome, the fights were awesome, the storylines were so well done, the characters were developed even better, and it is one of the best episodes that Game of Thrones has put to screen yet. So that's what I thought of episode 9 of season 6 of Game of Thrones. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find me in the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerdbytes anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. And of course, keep it nerdy.